Where's Brendan?
Oh, bro, what day is it?
It's Friday. We were supposed to deliver the episode Thursday.
Oh, he tripping.
Fans have been waiting for 24 hours, not knowing where the show is.
Dang. Bro, where could he be?
I have no idea. I have the hard drive with the episode.
What?
Yes. You're a day late. You didn't deliver the episode on Thursday for the fans.
Today's Friday, bro. It's over with. You tripped.
Come on, man. Get your act together.
Get off your knees.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
I'm Trinidad James.
And we have with us here today Dom DeLuca, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dom. He's a Melrose mainstay, a former MTV VJ, and a man who's been slinging sneakers for decades now.
Yep, thank you for aging me.
Dom, how are you?
I'm great.
And how old are you, more importantly?
Gonna be
We'll bleep that out.
Amazing.
no shame in my game or my
Amazing.
age.
Beautiful. Welcome to the couch, my
Thank
friend.
you so much.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about your sneaker history. The first thing we want to talk about, though, the shoes everybody has on feet. So, Welty, tell us what you're wearing.
I feel like it's a big ASICS summer in general right now. So doing the HAL Studios ASICS 1130s.
Those are dope.
You got a lot of House Studios sneakers. I feel like every week you're in a different House Studios sneaker.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt and all the good guys and John over there.
I mean, it's really, really dope. You know, the religion that Welty has been preaching for a long time is just really, really cool. And I feel like for the kids that watch this show, you got to really pay attention to what culture is, because it's like I'm seeing the wave when I hit the streets of like the people that's rocking the ASICs, no matter the race, is just the wave. New Balance, the wave. Saucony, the wave. So it's really, really dope. Guys, shout out to everybody that's been sending me custom shoes, because I know that this season is about customs and collabs, but y'all got to do better with letting people know who the hell did it, because I don't know who did my shoes. These are beautiful.
You don't even know?
So tag this young lady.
That's crazy.
Tag this young lady.
And now she's like can't even get her just due.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give her just due because she crushed these. When I opened these, I was like, ooh, okay, let's get it. Dunk highs, dad socks. Hey.
I was told to, I'm here on vacation or work, but
This is hard work, right?
it is hard work. These are like, I think, 06s,
Okay.
Jordan 1s.
Put a lot of hard work
2001?
into those.
I have, in the last 10 years, I bought probably about 13, 14 pairs of these before they
Just
got...
the Royals, yeah.
Just the Royals and some black reds, but
Yeah.
before it got really crazy, I'm talking like 2002, 2003, I would
Yeah.
just buy them, except it's my
Hoarding.
favorite shoe, and I would just break out a pair and wear them till they literally fall apart. So this is what I got on. I've been wearing these for literally over 10 years. This is my everyday shoe.
You know what? I'm right there with you in terms of wearing shoes till they literally fall apart, because that's what I've been on lately.
I
so.
saw that on the
That's the
thing.
new
Your
vibe?
thing. Your thing crumbled. I remember it did that to me.
This is my new gimmick, so if you can see, these are about to...
He's
Oh my
proud of
God, that too.
He's proud of it. He's on a roll.
I'm milking it for all the attention I
Like
get.
I'm
Yeah.
doing collabs, he's doing cracks.
No, I did promise that, or it wasn't a promise, but said maybe I would do Air Max all season. So for these, I did a deep dive in my archive looking for some fresh air. So I had to put the scubas on. Don't
Max.
step on my bar. I said I had to put the scubas on. The air, the dive, the scubas. Don't step on my bar.
A lot of max, not a lot of air.
Dude, the scam we used to do with that back in the 90s.
Pop the bubbles.
Oh my God, we would do it all the time. We're like, oh, okay, let's pop it with a little pin, call up Nike. Yo, okay, yeah, send it back to us. And they would send another pair.
How many free pairs of sneakers do you think you got like
No
that?
lie, probably like 15, 16 pairs. I would do it every time. I would wear it. I'm like, after like a month or two, I want a new pair. Pop it.
Sharpen the pencil real.
I would use a little pin, just a little pin. You squeeze it, and it just like that's it.
Amazing.
And they wouldn't question it, and they would.
I
Just,
wonder if I could get a replacement for these.
Well, you're
I'm about to say, I wonder
dry
what's the
snitching on
equivalent.
yourself right now.
What do you mean? They're falling apart. I didn't do anything. They just fell apart.
You know, I tagged Jordan when my Jordan 3s fell apart.
Yeah.
I had Jordan 3s from like 94. And
Yeah.
I broke them out and they went, crumbled. And one of my homies that worked at Jordan, I was like, dude, what
Was
the
it
hell?
Hunter?
No, it was James.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, what do you want? I'm like, look. He's like, dude, they're 25 years old. What do you expect? I'm like, I don't know. I just broke them out and I wore them for like the third time. And it just
20% off
crumbled.
coupon or something.
Yeah.
Those are a pair of sneakers you said you've bought a lot of pairs of, but what's the most regrettable sneaker purchase you've ever made?
I know it's gonna be crazy, but probably like the pennies back in the day.
You didn't like them?
No, it just looked weird. Or the
You talking about the foam posits?
I didn't like the foam posits. Actually, the Air Max 95s.
What?
Hear me out.
What?
I gotta hear you out.
Because I
Hearing you out before I show you out?
because you know what?
I'm holding my breath. No air.
They were very, very narrow. I was size 13 feet, so when I was wearing them, I was used to wearing like Dunks and Jordans my whole life. And when I put them on, I was like, fuck, these are not comfortable for me. And that was it. I never.
The tongue kind of pinches the top of your foot a little bit.
It was more like just the front. It was so pointy.
Yes, I know what you mean. You
I
gotta,
was
like right at the toe.
Yeah.
So I had to like get like a size 14. So I bought a 14, and they look like boats. So I was like, okay, they don't make a 13 and a half. So I was like,
I love that.
Fair enough.
I love that. You're such an OG that the most regrettable pair of fucking sneakers.
It's OG Air Max 95.
95 is literally me and my father's origin story. Yeah. Fuck you, Dom. Dude, fuck you, man.
It was just like, I always like, I have shoes that I don't wear because they're not comfortable. I got some, they sent me them, Asics, the ones with the tongue splits.
Jelly threes.
Yeah. I don't get that. I put them on and I'm like, to make the tongue touch, you gotta like choke them things. So I'm like, how do you wear them?
Yeah. It's like we have tongues for a reason.
Yeah. So yeah.
Let's talk sneaker news. The first piece of sneaker news we want to discuss is the report that Travis Scott is getting his own Jordan shoe, reportedly called the Cut the Checks. Me personally, I feel like Nike didn't need to give this man the world.
Should they have cut the shoe?
My opinion here isn't going to change anything, but like...
Because you're not a hater, so what do you mean?
You know, I just feel like we've seen enough, you know?
Like he doesn't need to do anything else. He could just stop.
There's just so many.
Just do more.
So just stop.
Just do less. Dom, I got to ask you, I know you're in a precarious position here because, you know, you stock Nike shoes.
Yeah.
But tell me, do you think they've done too much with this man or not enough or just enough?
He needs to cut those pants because that's not happening right now. You know, if you look at the success of his other models, the way I've always looked at collabs, I always said if you give a Nike Dunk SB to a gas station in Oklahoma, some of the designs that they gave him, the models, they didn't check as much as a Jordan 1 or a Jordan, you know what I mean? Like or a Dunk. Yeah, you know, it looks like an Ishad. I mean, honestly, doesn't it look like an Ishad?
Yes, I see that.
But that one doesn't have a strap on it, so.
Like if you had them, would you just be like, I don't want any more shoes? Like you stop. Like what would you do?
I would slow it down.
You would just stop. Like,
No, I would slow it down.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, they're in the business of making money and.
But it's his first shoe though.
Look, I'm not going to crucify the guy. I'm just saying there's a Travis Scott shoe like every month.
Well, no, it's a Jordan 1 every month. This is his shoe.
I know what it is.
Sometimes though, like with skateboarders, sometimes when they're on Nike SB for a while and then they get their own pro model, it usually tanks because everybody more a fan of the shoe than the person.
I guess it's a good litmus test, right?
Right. So if he's going to come out and this is going to be the most coveted thing, then I'll sit here and eat a shoe myself. You know what I mean? I'll do something.
We need that.
But I'm assuming that his especially him doing the SB, it's like good for your shop.
And I've said this from the beginning. You guys know he's the one that put SB back on the map. And then the Ben & Jerry's was like boom.
Yeah.
This is the pandemic too.
Yeah.
I think there was like a little before that you had like a little buzz with like the staple, the black pigeon.
Yeah, but it was only like once
Not
a
black
year.
pigeon, sorry, the panda pigeon.
Yeah.
Then you had the
diamond.
Like I do think that this one looks better. The first one to me just kind of looks like the 2014 generic. Like let's give an artist a shoe and put the strap on it and make it like look like a Yeezy, like that whole era of.
Yeah, there's even like the golf shoe. I just think it's.
He has a golf shoe.
It's the golf shoe. The first one that we showed with Travis, that's the shoe that's not for us. That to me is like taking it back to the Jordan 1s, like why they dropped the olive color in that Jordan 1s, like what, who's this for? And then I walk around, I see all these people rocking it. I was like, oh, it's for y'all.
And that's fine.
And
like,
that's
totally
fine.
I've come to the point where it's like, not everything's for us, you know, and it's fine if other people wear it and like the product sometimes, it's okay.
It's not, okay.
Have they given you a shoe before?
This is my shoe right here, but I didn't do Nike, I did a Saucony.
You're like a true sneakerhead and an artist. It's crazy that, you know, if I was at Nike right now, give this man a shoe because this guy's been a part of the culture for fucking, you know, for 20 plus years, you know?
Can you do me next?
But you guys get shit all day long, you know?
Anyway.
Next bit of sneaker news. Yeah, something that may be a little corny.
Nice.
What's corny? Yankee kicks?
No.
Oh, come on, Dom.
This is well.
We got Brooklyn Dom on the couch, everybody.
It's the Nike SB Dunk candy corn, named after the worst, not even Halloween candy, the worst candy of all time.
Period. Yeah.
Go see the Lewis Black special on that. But there's like a teeth indent on the toe box of someone taking a bite out of the shoe. Dom, do you think that, because I know Nike SBs maybe at like a divergent point, do you think that this is heading in the right direction, or do you think this is losing the steam for the company?
There's only so much you can do for Halloween. It'd be great if Nike went to New Line Cinema and re-released the Freddy Kruegers. You know what I mean? That would be really,
New Line
really...
Cinema, nothing but hits. Once you see that logo at the top of the movie, you know you're in for a good ride.
Yeah. I mean, I think after this, it's like there's nothing left. But if I were Nike or Nike SB, I'd be like, okay, you know, Halloween's kind of dead. It's almost like Valentine's Day. It's kind of like...
It's the Day of the Dead.
The day, you know what? The Day of the Dead. I mean, why don't they do a Day of the Dead
Re-release
high?
it?
Oh yeah, do a high version.
I think there's someone who's been making a bunch of customs of those.
The customs sometimes are great. Like, I would think legally, if you took a customs design and just did it, it's like, wait a minute, I came up with that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear these, Trinidad? I know you're a big Halloween SB guy, so.
When I saw this prior, and I didn't see the damn Yankee kick sock thing, I saw the shoe just by itself, so it allowed me just to appreciate the shoe. I saw more details than the side shot that his brand does when he does shit, and this doesn't do justice. I think the details of the shoe is going to be nice. The color execution, once again, is not good.
You know what it reminds me of? I'm looking at it and it just hit me. The cool horror dunk from the BMX pack.
I remember that
Gradient fade. I'll tell you one thing about Nike SB though, the quality has gone up.
Actual materials.
Actual materials and the craftsmanship. That I have to say, hands down, they figured out how to like retool and make it one of the better shoes. I think Nike SB, no offense, I wear Jordans. I think they even, made better than Jordans. You know what I mean? As far as like.
Now,
now, you know what I mean? It's like, I can't wear it. I'm too old to wear that.
I'll say that whoever designed them is probably a nice person.
Hey, you said that.
Dom, my brother, what is your first sneaker memory, man? You've been doing this shit.
My first sneaker memory.
That matters.
So my dad used to own a store not too far from here, a camera store. It was next to a store, I'll never forget this, called Xanadu. It was a store that sold Playboy shoes and suits. It was like a merry-go-round, I don't know what you want to call it. And they had a Nike account in there. And I remember my dad, I needed new sneakers, he took me there and he got me my first pair of Jordans. Jordan 1s.
Xanadu.
Yeah, from Xanadu.
Did you want them before that point?
No, I didn't want them.
What colorway was it?
White with the gray.
Oh.
Yeah, the white with the gray.
Tasty.
And I had pictures of me wearing them, and then eventually I got the black white ones.
The pandas?
The pandas.
Yeah, Did you choke out your Jordan 1s back in the day?
I didn't, but
You were choking them.
No, I hated that. When I used to go on the road with certain bands who would be nameless, they used to choke them. I used to get so mad because
they got the skinny acid wash jeans.
Dude, they would pull, because I was a sneaker. Before that, I was wearing Pumas and Suedes, Clydes, and I would carry up, I was a break dancer, and I would carry a toothbrush in my back pocket to brush the suede and all that.
You talked about going on the road with some of these bands. I feel like you see photos from that era where guys like Dave Mustaine, Megadeth in cool sneakers, or like Slash has Jordan 1s on. Do you remember that being a thing that people were actually interested in? Did they care about their sneakers, or they were just buying what was on the shelves at the time? Because you were around a lot of those acts through MTV and being a roadie. I
could tell you who, like Jason from Metallica Newstead, he cared about sneakers. So he wore Jordans. He was a Jordan head. Anthrax, who I worked with, they were total sneakerheads. Like, we would go sneaker shopping.
What's it like going sneaker shopping with like the heavy metal bands in the 80s?
It was crazy. We would go in there to like, random stores, like sneaker shops, like, Dick's fucking, like
Mom and Pops, all type of stuff.
And we would go in there and just buy, Jordan 3s and Jordan 1s and Jordan 5. It was always Jordan, Then I remember the Barclays.
Yeah.
That was like, was my MTV days. It was like when the Barclays came out, was a CB4.
CB34, yeah.
And I remember like we had to wear Adidas in 1988, 89 because Adidas did a collab with Anthrax from Germany. They made us our own shoe.
What was it?
It was like a Ewing, but it was like a special colorway for us with Anthrax logos, and they made the gear for us.
Tracksuits to every occasion.
We didn't wear tracksuits. We just wore the sneakers. On a Public Enemy tour, that was like the last tour that we all wore.
Were they hooking you up with sneakers because you were on MTV? Like, were brands?
Fuck no. No, I like the MTV department, the wardrobe department was so whack. Like, you would go in there and like when you look at DJs back in the day and what they were wearing, wearing, it's because they picked it from there, like kickwear and all this other bullshit. I'm like, I ain't wearing this. I would wear, that's how I got into the business, because I would wear like fucked and pervert and fresh jive. And I wear my own Nikes. Stussy, and people were like, holy shit. Those were brands were really small back then, and I'm wearing it and I'm speaking to this whole subculture. And then he started sending me free shit. So I opened up a swap meet thing in Caesars Bay Bazaar, which is not there no more, and sold all the shit. It's like, I want to open up a store.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Dom, obviously your store, Brooklyn Projects, been around for decades. A lot of our audience may know you through Nike SB collaborations. You've done 4 dunks over the years. How did the first one start? How did you get your own sneaker?
It started by, it was 2006. My rep came in at the time, Shay, I want to do a dunk with you guys. I'm like, okay, fuck yeah. And what's the concept? And the concept was an old Sims skate glove. So that's why the green, the yellow, and the tan, it looks like it's weathered. It's from an 80s skate glove that people used to wear skating pools, and that was the first one. And back then they gave us like, I was freaking out, they gave us like 150 pairs. I was like, how am I gonna sell 150 pairs?
You didn't think you could?
Because this is right before the diamond.
And that shoe's pretty rare too. Like
super rare.
You don't really see it as much. Like even collectors like wearing that sneaker.
They literally made under 1,000 pairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because back then SB was still 4 years old, 5 years old, so they weren't making 2, 3. They're making 1,000 pairs. That's it. It took a weekend, but they all sold.
That's crazy to think nowadays you're complaining about getting 150 pairs of shoes, and nowadays if a store gets 150 pairs of shoes.
Oh my God, I'd be jumping up and down.
Yeah. You also did the Slayer tribute.
So the Slayer one was a really, really tricky one. I got my hand slapped on that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was Slayer mad about it? Were the fans mad about it? Was Nike mad about it?
No, so I came up with Sean Baravetto, who was the PLM. I said, I have this great idea for a dunk. It's the Rain and Blood, and it's based on the Rain and Blood album cover from Slayer.
Inspired by.
Okay, cool. And I said, but we're gonna call it the Rain and Blood, blah, blah. The Slayer, no, I'm like, dude, I am friends with them. Like,
I'm cool with them, man. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
So it was like the Rain and Blood, and people were playing music and like other like G4, like that network.
Yeah.
They showed it and Slayer, and then Slayer's match like, hey, so what's going on here? I'm like, and then Nike's like, wait a minute, and I'm like, no, it's based on the album cover, but Slayer was cool. I gave them like 30 pairs. Here you go, and they were like, they let me use their music for like this little commercial I did.
Wow, it usually doesn't end up like that.
We had a Slayer shoe on books with them, and it kind of went to shit back in 2019.
An official collab?
An official collab with Slayer.
Wow, what a sequel that would have been.
Or?
Nike SB.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why'd it get shut down?
It was like basically the band was having issues within themselves, and it kind of like the band imploded because it was the last tour, and but dude, it was like the fucking best thing ever. But it happened for a reason, and we did the Walk of Fame. So, Nike's been really good to us. It was a different time back then. A couple of shops have brought up to Nike, like, hey, why don't we do like since the What the Dunk craze is all over, why not do like a what the shop, dunk? Go to the shops that were there from 2001 to 2010.
Everybody has a different panel.
Everybody has a different panel, because like there's me, there's Concepts, there's FTC, there's Atlas, there's Black Sheep. You know what I mean? There's NJ Skate Shop. There's Familia. There's Humidity. There's so many of us that if we did it, it's like holy shit.
Voltron.
It'd be the ultimate collab.
To go from branding to business, what is the most stressful part of owning a sneaker store for you?
Like the last year has been the most trying in my entire 30 years of owning a store.
Why? Please tell us.
Well, obviously because of the economy. The first 20 years of the store, 25 years, people would come in there and they would buy stuff because it was a subculture. And from 92 to 2005, 2006, all of you were a part of a culture, the streetwear skate culture. You were a part of it, and it wasn't like, right? But that all changed. So now it's like the bar's raised. It's like being a prize fighter. You keep on having to defend your title, and I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Like the business in the last couple of months have been like the worst. Honestly, to compare it, it hasn't been this bad since the first couple of weeks after 9/11, when we didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I mean, and I'm not talking like woe is me. A lot of it also has to do with people being fed bullshit when it comes to stores. Like when I started Brooklyn House, I was 21 years old. These kids now are doing these resale shops, which, no offense to anybody It actually is not sustainable. It actually hurts. Have a resale shop, but then why not open a shop and create a brand and sell and try to get a real Nike account, try to get a real Adidas account.
You
try
think
to
the resale shops are hurting the sneaker game?
Oh, 100%
Because they work on such small margins.
They work on such small margins. You know what? Back in the early 2000s, before resale shops, when eBay was popping, we would sell shoes for $200-$300 a pair, and people wouldn't blink. They just buy it because I paid $1,000 on eBay, I paid $300. We would get an order of dunks, and you sell 5 dunks, that pays for the whole thing. It was like that's how stores grew. But then as they opened it up to shops in Midwest that like, oh wow, I can get a shoe for $60 and sell it for $100. I'm making $40. They didn't know how to control it, and then the resale. That's when the resales really start, because I go to a skate shop and buy 20 pairs and flip them for $600 each, and then it starts.
Wait, so you were basically reselling sneakers back then, right?
Because there was no MSRP. There was no thing. You could do whatever you want. It was the Wild West. You could,
It's interesting though, because I feel like in some way that version of reselling led to the version of reselling that exists today. You have to blame yourself to an extent, right?
Oh, well, of course we do. It's like with me, there was resale kids that they came to the shop in the early 2000s, some like Dre, for instance, and he would get mad. He's like, dude, how much? I was like, $300. He's like, dude, I'm like, you're gonna sell them for fucking $500. I don't give a fuck. Don't buy them. There's somebody else that'll buy them.
If you want it, spend the money.
All the shops I went to, it was like there was almost like 2 prices. Like if they knew you, they'd be like, hey, it's $80. Like if they didn't know you, you want to buy Brian Anderson dunks, $160.
Right.
If you went and bought like t-shirts and hoodies in the store on a regular basis, they would hook you up because they knew you actually support.
Of course.
But speaking of that, I think recently it kind of came to light with people going to skate shops and buying SBs because the SB Jordan 4 came out. Big release, a lot of people want it, but it's also like a headache for skate shops to deal with. 10,000 people want to buy 50 pairs of shoes. So when something like that happens and it brings such mass to your store, people only want that one shoe, they don't want to come and buy the hoodie, is it a plus or a minus for the business overall?
I would call people out on social media, like when we do a raffle, for shoes, 100 people come in. It takes time to write down the information. We're talking to them. We're missing out on helping people that
like the people hours.
You're paying people to do that.
Right, but then also people come in and want to buy a skateboard or something else. We're helping these dudes. So then I remember during the Jordan 4 thing, I kind of like had it because there were so many people coming in. I go, you know what? It'd be really nice if you guys supported skate shops. Why don't you buy a sheet of grip tape or buy it? It just clicked, and then after that, people they would come, they would get their raffle ticket, and they'll buy a T-shirt, they'll buy a board, they'll buy another pair of sneakers, socks.
I do a lot of businesses too, and I realize with this new generation, they do want to do their own thing, but if you kind of say a voice of reasoning, when it resonates, they do it. But you got to tell them.
You're not like a transactional business, kind of. You're more of like a culture community.
We're a culture, because you know what? Everybody knows, like, sometimes when people didn't get the shoes and they're a good customer or they really want it, I have a pair, yeah guys, you can buy it. Here, I bless all my skaters with them for free to skate. I give out shoes to the community for free. I go to shops that don't even know me, like other skate shops, I'll buy a t-shirt. I'm not gonna wear it. I have t-shirts from skate shops I've been to across the country. I don't wear it, I just buy it because here's my $25, here's my $30 because
it all helps.
Support.
Like we're coming to making things fair. What have you been doing, and what do you think is the most fair way to release sneakers?
I came up with an app.
Let's get it. Talk to me.
We came up with this app, a friend of mine, Andrew, we came up with this app called Trusted. It's not so much an app to get sneakers, it's an authenticator to stop bots and to make sure that when you get in there to buy something, whether it's tickets, shoes, clothing, a collectible toy, first come, first serve to get your pair and your pair only, one, and that's it. And if you're too slow to type the information, you're asked out. Sorry, next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to sell Nike online, and that's what everybody wants, unfortunately. So I tried it with a T-shirt, and we spent about we spent about $7,000 to get 15,000 bots.
You actually paid for the bots?
Trusted
paid for the bots to attack it.
7,000 for 15,000 bots.
Stress test.
It's almost like white blood cells.
Exactly. Yeah. We saw the bots trying to get in to buy this T-shirt, and it couldn't happen.
It was like flicking them away.
It was literally, they just going. It was going so fast, and it's like, dude. And my developers were just pulling it, like, oh my god, this is amazing.
The important thing is they didn't bought the shirt. They bought the shirt.
They bought this. There he is. So,
go.
so
But the thing
there
is,
you go.
once you put this out there, as soon as the kids who make bots and do this stuff, and the people who really live this, they see this, they're gonna destroy you.
how are they going to destroy me?
I just feel like so many brands have spent so much money to build these tools, and there's always some young person who's gonna
Yeah.
swerve around the
Guess
system
what,
and
though?
build a new
We
one.
built it with one of the main developers who started at Shopify 13 years ago. The other guy was a hacker that was in jail. He got out.
You got Kevin Mitnick on the team?
No,
Okay.
Close. There's no way. There's only one way, and I'm going to tell you what the answer is. If somebody had 100 phones, cell phones, with 100 different credit cards, with 100 different addresses, and 100 different people going at the same time, yeah, you could get in. But that's the thing. The way it works is you go on the site, you see the Nike on the site, right? The day of release, it says, get trusted. Boom. It
Sure.
sends your code, it's good for 45 seconds. You can't copy and paste it. Once you put the code in, it gets deleted. Now you're in the waiting room. You have 2 minutes to pick your shoe, go to checkout, pay for it, and that's it, you're out. You're kicked out of the room. So there's no way for a code to get reused, and once it's
These
used,
kids are gonna find a way, Dom.
I'm
They
telling-
always find a way.
you know what?
I
For
want it to work
Hey, you
because
know what?
I want us to solve this.
For now, I think honestly, for now, if they decide to crack it, God bless them, and then we'll figure out we'll get the.
Yeah, because I'm about to say that's kind of like almost like hackers in real life, and then our security system here
Exactly.
in the world is like, bro, it's new hackers that are happening all the time, and the CIA fight against it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
You come up with some new thing, and then, bro, somebody hacked the hell out of that, and then shit, we got to fight against it. That's a virtual.
mouse.
Yeah, it's a virtual
and
fight.
Jerry.
It's a virtual fight.
Dom, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible they did or said last week, as decided by the YouTube commenters. We make them switch out their shoes for something awful. Well, this week it is me for, speaking of bots, that AI joke.
This is the Luke AI colorway. I don't trust AI that much, but hey, I like these.
Which I thought was funny, but apparently nobody else thought it was funny.
You're gonna
so-
wear those?
Yeah, I am. You're gonna help
Does this
me.
look like a streetwear shoe, from like 2007 with the bandana on it?
It does. It looks like something that Nick Diamond would have created.
Oh
Straight
man,
diamond
not
shoe.
Nick.
Like just a diamond
Look at-
shoe.
feel the
Not
tongue.
a Nike collab, but a
Feel the tongue.
diamond
Look
shoe.
at how hardboard this
Diamond.
is.
Oh my
I
God.
got you.
Where'd you get these?
We usually buy them
From
on
some
8th
corner in
Avenue.
New York.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And Don, we also do a segment on the show called Drip, Flip, or Skip. Drip meaning it looks good.
Yep.
Flip meaning that you
not
resell.
that old.
Skip meaning that you don't rock with it at all. Our first sneaker in Drip, Flip, or Skip is going to be the Air Jordan 1 UNC Black Toe. I'm going to go ahead and skip this off top because I don't need it. I'm fine. I'm cool.
Hard skip.
Hard skip.
You don't like the non-OG colorways?
It's just me. I feel like it's been done, this colorway, on a Jordan silhouette, whether it's a low.
They did like the patent leather one that was similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, love the patent
Yeah.
leather one. Patent leather one was navy blue, but I love the patent
Yeah.
leather one. This feels like the UNC 6 that they guys.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's totally inoffensive and actually pretty clean, but I'm not gonna pay for this, so I don't need it.
Yeah, I feel like the trends have kind of moved past needing a bunch of just GR random Air Jordan 1s. Like if you drop the OGs, I expect people to go for them. When the next Union Jordan 1s drop, I want to get them and chop the top off and rock them as lows. So this is a skip for me.
Skip. All right. Unanimous.
Yes. Moving forward, ALD times New Balance 860 V2. There's 2 colorways in this.
Three.
3 colorways in this particular sneaker. This colorway is bad ass. Welty.
Oh yeah, this is like, it looks like the candy corn colorway, but like 10 times better. I'm here for this.
Ooh.
Drip.
Flip.
Like that.
I already got the ALD New Balances that I need.
I can picture you popping around the office in these.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
I mean,
Calling me a liar?
I could see it.
Is he calling me a liar?
I think he is.
I'm skipping him.
Okay. I'm a skip, but these are nice looking. I don't need it. If they gave it to me for free, I'm gonna rock the hell out of them. Moving forward, Tyler the Creator. Dom, I'll start with you.
No. Skip.
You don't like Tyler's Converse stuff?
I mean, when I look at it, I think of an 18-year-old girl that worked at Hot Topic in 1999.
Right.
Now I can't unsee that. You're influencing me.
Welty.
I actually think that this is like Tyler's best Converse stuff that
It
he's
is.
done. There's something about this that screams like something that Pharrell would have been wearing back in like
BBC Ice Cream.
2007, and I like it. So it's a drip for me.
He made some very good points right there, but I don't think this is Tyler's best Converse work. I think that's still the 1 stars. This
Yes.
is a skip for me.
Trinidad James. is going to drip this, but this is not his best Chuck Taylor. Ooh,
I
boy.
like this, man.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to drip this
Yeah.
because I like Golf brand. I know what's up. This is a drip, but not his best work. Don, we do outfits on this segment, and we have to do your outfits.
My outfit? Okay.
Outfit number 1.
Oh my God.
I saw this picture, and I was like, somebody give me the lotion. This guy right here. What the hell, bro? Spot builds on. Talk to me. What's going on, man?
This was taken at Milwaukee Metal Fest in '87 or
You've lived
'88.
so many lives.
I'm wearing 2 Swatch watches. That was a shit. I'm wearing
Double
really
Rolex, let's go.
short Nike running shorts.
Crushing
And
highlights.
Spot Builts, when they came out, they were like the shoe of the hardcore scene.
No way.
Oh yeah, Spot Builts. It was Ewing, Spot Builts, and Jordans. You go to any hardcore show at CBGB's, and when they came out, I was like, I need them, and I bought them, and I wore them the fuck out. And then that shirt, I worked with this band Death. Chuck, who passed away, the singer passed away, but actually I helped screen print those shirts in his garage. Kids are dressed like that now. So, you know what's funny? Honest to God, the shit that kids are wearing now, I go, wait, let me go back to my photos. Oh, wow, I was wearing that in 96.
Let me tell
I
you
was wearing
something,
that in
young
88.
bud.
Let me tell you something. So, you know what? There you go, role model right here. That's a fucking drip. From the hat all the way down.
Fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, I like that you proved to us that you weren't choking the shoes out. They're
See?
actually laced a little loose.
Yeah.
And you got the short shorts on. I think it's a funny moment that if you look in the back, there's the guy with the even
That's what
with the even shorter
Come on,
shorts
bro.
and no
Come on.
shirt.
Yeah, it was hot that day, dude. It was like 100 degrees and humidity in Milwaukee in the summer. Dude, it was gross in that place.
Drip.
This is a drip off the hairspray alone.
There was no hairspray that one right there.
Really?
That's why I was wearing a hat.
You didn't have the Jerry curl in?
No, that was my natural ways, homie. That's
Incredible
I had the beautiful
that,
hair.
I mean.
Alberto VO5 hot oil treatment.
Let's go. Let's go.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's fucking puddles. To know that this is happening in hardcore, and I go to fucking hardcore shows. Shout out to Turnstile. Shout out to Summit. Shout out to Death Grip. Shout out to all the great bands out there. Just to know that this shoe is the shoe that was a part of that scene. I could talk about this picture forever, but I got to move on.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Outfit number 2.
Oh, my God.
With the guy, my guy, Big Goldstein.
Jimmy Goldstein.
I want to know what he's wearing on feet.
He walks around
barefoot?
and he wore these crazy
Mizuno.
That's what he was wearing. Some crazy ones, like just orange, yellow, you know.
Very
And
Goldstein of him.
I'm
The
wearing
Humaras, right?
Yeah, I love that shoe. That's one of my favorite running shoes, the Humaras. And then, but they're hard to get. Honestly, I buy them all. I buy them all on StockX. Like an
There's some
idiot.
more coming.
I know, and I have to buy them. But whatever.
Buy them from your own shop.
They won't. I wish I had a Nike sportswear account.
Come on,
running shoes.
Nike. Come on, man.
It's.
Take care of my guy here.
I'm too old. But once my show. Well, anyway, okay.
Drip Flipper skip down.
I'm gonna skip this one. I don't like my fit right here.
This is legendary. I mean, if the walls could talk in this
Oh God, the
Photo.
shit he has in his house.
drip.
Yeah, the Humara is an underrated shoe, and I hope we get to see some more love for it. So I'm happy to see you supporting it, Dom. Drip.
Yeah, I mean, I see my OGs talking. I mean, come on, let's get it. Drip. Moving forward, last but not least.
Oh, I'm wearing the shoes.
Come on,
Same
man.
pair.
Same pair.
Who made the bench?
Me and my partner who passed away, Murph. We built that 10 years ago, and it's still standing.
Dropkick Murphys.
And this is like what I do sometimes. I just sit out there and I just look and.
This your rocking chair, man?
This is my rocking chair. Like I spend time in my office the whole time where I did when we did the podcast.
Yeah.
But lately I've been coming out because I kind of miss, and you understand this because you've been to Miller so many times, like I miss the energy.
Yeah.
It's still not there, but I
Yeah.
like to come out there and just
feel it. Like,
Just-
imagine it.
Exactly.
Imagine what you saw when it was actually something to see. Now,
Now it's
I
like
hate everything
crickets.
I see, but whatever.
Right,
It is what
exactly.
it is.
So I'm gonna say drip.
Yeah, this is a big drip. This is the old man on the stoop. Right? This is very Sopranos right here. I feel like you just chilling in front of the shop.
I'm just chilling, looking at like figuring out how to pay the bills and how to like.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm
Just
doing.
an honest
Literally,
man.
this is
Figuring out life.
Trying to make an honest living.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much like skate shop Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn, yelling about the kids and on the street.
And that's beautiful. This is a drip for me, just to put it out
Thank
there
you.
first.
Thank you.
You know, just because this is the NBA logo. This is the, it's like, look, man, you work hard, you go through a lot, you had a lot of fucking fun, And it's like, you gotta spend that time to just think, observe, and embrace.
NBA, no business association.
Dom, before we get out of here for the day,
Yes.
we want to breeze to the comments section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube for the past week, which is always a fun time. We have one from CT Share saying, this new set is looking incredible. You need to put Brendan's cooked Air Maxes on display. Which pair? I got plenty.
Hey.
Jared Dermott, 7801, says, this show is a big part of what makes Thursday the best day of the week for me. Come home from jiu-jitsu, eat dinner, and watch FSR.
Fuck yeah.
That's hard.
Sorry about that, because we came on Friday this week, but we'll make it up to you. Soul Trash says, came to give kudos to the team. I accidentally became hooked on FSR as a bystander to my boyfriend watching consistently, and now it's our sneaker show. Also, just watched the Jim Jones episode for the first time.
Wow.
Hey ha!
I love
that's a
that.
throwback.
Thank you.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
This has been a beautiful episode. Thank you for watching. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
James.
I'm Brooklyn Dom. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Go
Honestly.
support Brooklyn Projects.
Thank
Facts.
you. Thank you.
Support
Buy
your
a
local
t-shirt.
skate shops.
Thank you. This was great.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick. My
Island Boys.
Just hanging out here on the couch.
Subscribe. And then we need you, like we always do, every time we sit here. We're the new Outcast, by the way. And ask you to subscribe to our show.
You watch the episode, but your work is not done yet. We need your support now more than ever.
Like all the videos, comment on all the videos, make your whole family watch all the videos, only say good things about us.
Put our show in your stories. Share it. Recycle it. Do it again. Start over. Watch the first season. Catch up.
Family gatherings, just throw it on for any reason.
Island Boys.